Hey, my wonderful, wonderful people. Wow. I felt like I was getting the flu. So, boy, may I tell you, my voice hoarse up. But don't worry, it will pass eventually. You know, things are not always rosy, but it is what it is. Beautiful people. So I was looking on the Gleaner online, and they had it's not a prayer breakfast. I think it's something that is annual for the last few years. That was implemented, I think, by the Governor General, like a national day of prayer, you know. And it was held at the stadium yesterday, I think, January. Today's what? I don't even know what today is. Today is the 9th. So it was held on the 8th day of January 2025. And I think it was what Bishop Delford David was the main speaker of the National Day of Prayer, whatever it is dubbed as. And I was reading the article, and the article basically talked about it is because of the wickedness of man, the wickedness of mankind, that has caused the different atrocities in the land. And it was not specific to any religious group or the lack thereof. So whether you're sacred or sinner, or sacred or secular, you would have contributed to the moral decay of this land, because some of the things that we should have done, we did not do. And some of the things that we did, we should not have done. They call it the sins of omission and commission. I'm paraphrasing, I'm not necessarily saying everything obviously verbatim as what the pastor says, but I'm putting it in context so that everybody can understand. And I will agree with him that the heart of man is desperately wicked. And this is not just synonymous with the sinner, with the secular, but it is also synonymous with the sacred. And when I say sacred, I'm not talking about the sacred things of God. I'm not talking about God himself. God in his omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, almighty state is pure, is holy. Not like us. We are broken, we are foul, we are vile. We're vile, we are evil, we are wicked. And you have many people who are people of the cloth. And I'm not talking necessarily pastors, I'm talking people who claim to name the name of Christ, who they're like whitewashed sepulchres. Their lips seem close to God, but their hearts are far from him. And I say so now. Jesus said that. And I will agree with the pastor where that is concerned, unless there is a change both in the sacred. When I say sacred, I'm not referring to God. I'm referring to the people who claim that they name the name of Christ, and the secular, those who are outside of Christ and feel that they don't need him, and that they can mosey on life's journey without paying any consequences for any and every kind of living. It doesn't work like that. And we see remnants, we see the effects of living a life outside of Christ and living a life that is unethical, that is unlawful, and ultimately that is immoral. But my problem is also the people who say that they name the name of Christ, who fight against each other. I have never seen so many different religious sects, as in SECTS, I'm using that word, as I've seen in Christendom. You have this Adventist. Even on the Seventh Day, a lot of people only think that is only Seventh Day Adventist. But people, you have Seventh Day Baptist, Seventh Day Church of God, Seventh Day Pentecostal, Seventh Day, yes. So you have this split up on the Saturdays. Not everybody is an Adventist. What the Seventh Day Adventist movement to be. Then on the Sunday, they have the Sunday worshipers. But the Baptist, again, Church of God, Pentecostal, Evangelical, and non-denominational. And we have them, and even under all of those, you have breakaways. Because this one never agree with that one, and this one vex. So then go pitch in somewhere else and start up churches all over the place. For your country, we're full of so much churches, you're supposed to have less devils. Let me share this with you, beautiful people. I was listening to a 3-hour testimony, call it, of a former Satanist. You know, the man had evil powers and so forth. Just like with the Christian. When you're under the guidance and the auspices of God, he gives you power to trample on scorpions and serpents. And you fight against evil principalities and powers, rulers of darkness, ominous world forces, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Good. So the flip side is also true. So you have this man who said, let me tell you something. He said the people who work witchcraft, them, they are little pipsqueak people. I was listening to him like, oh, they're workers and so on. He says when you go into the depth of Satanism, that's when you see real power, in his words. But you know, the only power, the ultimate power comes from the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Jesus Christ himself. So we know that already, right? He's the only creator. The devil is a created being and the demons are created beings. So, but he said that when there was a specific prophet, man of God, that all those evil workers, evil doers, they had to be miles, even as far as 27 miles outside of the location of that man of God. And they had to wait quite a number of days after he left. That's when he came and did his ministry, before they came back. Because if they should come while he's there, or within that time period, let us say they had to wait 40 days. I'm just giving a figure. If they came back before that, they would die. And these people are high in the evil world. But the power of God came upon that man, was upon that man rather. That when the man come, the witch them and the devil worship have take with himself. And it's like the Spirit of God lingered for days or weeks before they could come back. Some of you say you're Christian. If Satan send one of him follower, he'll just go to some kick up and box up and thump up, like what he did with 7 sons of Sceva. When the demon said, Paul, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? And give them some lick under them kin. Some of you claim, you think no demon or no witchcraft or no devil worshiper would have run with someone. It's a more say, come join with company. To how wicked and evil some of you are. To how evil and wicked some of you are. The non-Christian expect anything from, because they're outside of Christ. But you claim that you're within Christ. And you have no qualms keeping malice. You have no qualms stirring up trouble, creating disharmony, disunity, lying on your brother and sister, slanderous and spreading rumor and gossip, telling, you know, all kinds of evil, bringing strife. And you know, the Bible says where there is strife, all kinds of evil presents itself. So, sir, until the hearts of these people change along with those who are outside of Christ, we're in for a rude awakening, Pastor. The heart of man is desperately, and for the Bible to use that adverb, it moved from the active word to say it is something that it's continuously active. Just continuously active. Desperately. You ever see a desperate person yet? They'll do anything to get what it is that they need because of the desperation that is upon them. So when it says the heart of man is desperately wicked, Pastor, it's a serious case of wickedness. And we've seen that among, yes, we've seen that among non-Christians, but also so-called Christians. And until then the people that change or God get rid of them himself, because you must leave all vengeance to God. You don't take it in your hands. Leave it to God. We're going in for problem after problem after problem. We could have prayed from now till tomorrow. God in his infinite mercy and grace may just hold back, because he said he's slow to anger, quick to love. But it's when the wrath comes, you notice when you read a lot of the New Testament, Old Testament, they say, nothing has stop him coming. And when he make up his mind, say, him coming. Dog, near me supper, dinner, breakfast and lunch, or in between food. So until that changes, Pastor, it's almost pointless and hopeless. But I do understand and see what you're saying. Guys, You know what to do, read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe and give one of those lines, please.